What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hit that like button on the way in. Also, subscribe to the channel because that'll help me out immensely. And let's talk about today's topic. 3 signings that I believe will shake up the 2026 NFL season. The first signing that I'm going to talk about is center Tyler Linderbaum signed a 3-year, $81 million contract with the Las Vegas Raiders, including $60 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid interior offensive lineman in NFL history. This is a big loss for the Ravens and a big gain for the Raiders. So, if the Raiders do indeed draft quarterback Fernando Mendoza, then adding Linderbaum is a great move for them. Linderbaum is a 4-year vet at 25 years old and has been a Pro Bowl center every year after his rookie season. Not having to worry about the quarterback-center exchange for probably a decade allows the Raiders to focus on targeting other positions with all the other draft picks. Hopefully, they can still find a way to trade away Max Crosby for more draft capital. The second deal I'm going to talk about is Kyler Murray's deal with the Minnesota Vikings. It's a 1-year contract that includes a minimum salary and a no-tag clause. This arrangement between Kyler Murray and the Vikings is the best of both worlds for all parties involved, I think. First off, Kyler gets to get away from the dysfunctional Cardinals franchise, which is a dumpster fire. And the Cardinals, they're almost like the NFC version of the Jets. They just waste talent, especially at quarterback. But we all know that all of his issues can be blamed on the franchise, as Kyler hasn't always put his best foot forward. His leadership has been questioned. His commitment to the game has been questioned. And, this is all for good reason because we've heard the reports of him spending more time on Call of Duty than actually studying his playbook and being in the film room. Being on the Vikings gives Kyler a second chance to prove himself as a number 1 overall pick. Furthermore, a big help for Kyler will be the fact that he will have the best wide receiver in the league for him to throw to in Justin Jefferson, a good tight end in TJ Hockenson, and possibly a strong running game to complement his talents. On the other side of the ball, there's a defense that was 7th best in the league last year in points per game allowed. Now, as for the Vikings, how they benefit in getting Kyler Murray is that Kyler is a 7-year vet and a player of his talent at the age of 28 years old for the low price of $1.3 million. That's a complete steal. The Cardinals will actually pay the other $36.8 million for the year, which, as I said earlier, is a very Cardinals thing to do instead of finding a way to trade Kyler Murray. But anyways, the Vikings get Kyler Murray on a 1-year prove-it deal, and if he beats out JJ McCarthy for the starting job, which I think we all think he'll do that solidifies their quarterback situation and hopefully leads to a playoff berth, which they hope they can make a run in the playoffs. And to conclude, if it all works out, then the Vikings will have their quarterback going forward. And if it doesn't, then it's only a 1-year deal, and it's back to the drawing board, back to the draft, and what should be a strong year for drafting quarterbacks in 2027. Now, the third and final deal that I want to talk about in this video is Kenneth Walker III signing a 3-year deal with the Kansas City Chiefs. The deal is worth up to $45 million with $28.7 million guaranteed. And this deal makes him the highest paid free agent running back in NFL history. Chiefs needed security at the running back position. They get it by signing the current NFL Super Bowl MVP. And last year, talk about the Chiefs, their running game featured an often injured Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt, who's now 30 years old, I think. And he's not the same player that he once was. Also, they too often had to rely on Patrick Mahomes as their most effective runner, so it was just a mess over there in the Chiefs' backfield. The 3.7 yards per carry from Kareem Hunt and the 3.9 yards per carry by Pacheco is set to be upgraded in the form of Kenneth Walker's 4.6 yards per carry last year. The Chiefs may lean on Walker early because Patrick Mahomes is returning from an injury and probably won't be full strength until about week 5 or 6. A crucial note to this signing is that it not only helps the Chiefs, but it affects the reigning Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. Zach Charbonnet is decent as a handcuff, but unproven as a number one back. I was about to say number one overall. He's unproven as a number one back. And the question is, can he handle the workload, or will the Seahawks end up drafting or signing a running back to solidify their running back room? But anyway, these are my thoughts for this video. What do y'all think? Are there other more impactful signings out there? If so, let me know in the comments. I'll get back to y'all in the next video. Peace.